Welcome to section 1.1, variables in algebra. Your goals are, I can evaluate a variable expression. First, some notes to get us started. A variable is a letter that is used to represent one or more numbers. The numbers are the values of the variable. A variable expression is a collection of numbers, variables, and operations. Now with these notes, if I'm ever going too fast or too slow, you can always speed things up or slow things down or even pause it completely. So you can do that, and that will be a good way for you to take notes. Now, before you go further, make sure and try and do exploration 1. We want you to either work with a partner, preferred, or if you need to, you can work by yourself. And we want you to try these problems because these are the types of problems that will get us into the types of problems that we're doing in these notes. So use the given meaning to write a variable expression and then indicate the operation. The first one has been done for you. So obviously 4 plus x can be written as 4 plus x. We know that this is addition. For the next one, I have 9 minus y. 9 minus y should be, 9 minus x. So 9 minus x should be written like this. Notice that I have to write it in this order. If I write it in the other order, it doesn't work. So if I said x minus 9, that would be a totally different problem. So of course, this is subtraction. 8 times y. So 8 times y, I can write a couple different ways. I can write as 8y. This is how you're going to see it most of the time in this class. You can also use 8 times y with a dot. You might see it occasionally in this class. You might also see where we put one of the numbers inside of a parenthesis. That is also a way to indicate multiplication. Now, the one thing that we don't want to use, we probably don't want to use this right here. We don't want to say 8 times y with an x, because what does this look like? This looks like 8xy instead of times. So we want to try and avoid using that x in this class. Now this is going to be multiplication. The next one, 16 divided by b, we can write two different ways. We can either write 16 divided by b, or the way that we're probably most likely going to see it a lot in this class is 16 over b. And of course, this is division. All right, on to some more notes. Replacing each variable in an expression by a number is called evaluating the expression. The resulting number is the value of the expression. Evaluate the expression when y equals 3. That means we're going to take y, divide for y equals 3, and we're going to plug it into our expression. So this will be 8 times 3, and 8 times 3 is 24. Now to show that we have our final answer, we want to box it in. For the next one, we are going to take 3 and we're going to plug it into y, so it's going to be 12 divided by 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. For the next one, we're going to do 3 for y, so 3 plus 3 is 6. For my next one, I have 14 minus 3, which is 11. Now you'll notice in all these types of problems, I'm working vertically, so I'm working below the problem. I'm not working to the side because when I work to the side, that gets confusing, and also when you work to the side, equal signs pop up, and these are all expressions. Expressions don't have equal signs. So expressions are without an equal sign. So we want to work vertically, and this is how we keep our work organized. Now what we're going to have you do is we're going to have you do the U practice. And then after you get done with all the U practices on the worksheet, you can go ahead and check with Mr. Rakowski, and he will tell you whether you are right or wrong. So it'll be a good way to confirm that you actually understand what was introduced to you here today. All right, example number 2 is a word problem. If the average speed of a car is distance divided by time, that's what we need to know. So if we have this, we're going to have average speed is equal to distance over time. Find the average speed of a car that has traveled 180 miles in 3 hours. So we're trying to find the average speed, which is right here. So we're doing average speed. So the average speed is going to be distance over time, so it's going to be 180 miles over 3 hours. Now if we do this, I know 3 goes into 18 6 times, 3 goes into 0 0 times, so I have 60. I have miles, we know this will be miles per hour. This is something you might recognize. Per is just a way to use division. So if you see a per or a P there, this is per, and it indicates division. Of course, we want you to, again, box your answer, and then go ahead and you can pause it and try U practice. Example 3. Another formula you're going to use in this class is the simple interest earned by money, called the principal, at an annual interest rate for 2 years is given by PRT. So the formula we're looking for is I is equal to PRT. This is the interest, this is how much you put in, this is your rate, this is the time. So you deposit $650, that's how much you put in, that's the P. So we have $650. Now we're not going to worry about units just yet. I know that interest is also going to be in terms of dollars, because if we are looking for interest from a amount, it's going to be in the amount of $1. The annual rate of 8%, whenever we work with a percent in math class, we don't have 8%. We don't want to plug in 8%. We have to do something special to it. We're going to assume that the decimal is right here, and what we have to do is we have to move that decimal over 2 places to the left. So this becomes 0.08. So 8% by moving the decimal over 2 places is now 0.08. That's my rate. My time is in terms of years. So in this case, if it's half a year, I know I'm going to plug in 0.5. Now, trying to do this by hand might be kind of tough. So what we're going to obviously do is have to use a calculator to do this. So if I do this, I'm going to plug in 650, and I'm going to multiply by 0.08, and then I'm going to multiply by 0.5. If I do all these multiplications, I get 26. So this will be 26, and we said that interest is in terms of money. So the units that we have, this is terms of money, this is a percent, these are years. So $26. Go ahead and try the U practice. And then, again, when you get done with the U practice, all the U practices on the whole entire worksheet, go ahead and check with Mr. Rakowski, and he will check your answers.